Hi, this is Tim from fititmidlife.com. Today, we've got the Reebok Nano X1 Grit versus Knit. So I've got two of the new Reebok Nano X1 shoes, each with a different upper. We're going to give you an up-close look and tour, so stick around. All right, so for today's video, rather than talk you to death about the shoe, really just going to focus on the upper, I promise. So let's start with the knit. So this is the I'll Call You Back Reebok Nano X1 edition. And this was the first one available, triple black. So this was the first one I was able to get. But you can see here it has a knit upper. And it is a double layer of material. You can't see, it's perforated, kinda. There's perforations there, but daylight will not shine through the upper on this shoe. I have tested that. And, it's a simple knit upper. It is not super stretchy. It is, however, comfortable and reasonably lightweight, right? I mentioned in my other videos, these shoes are 2 ounces lighter than the Reebok Nano X, the shoe that came before it. A lot of the comments that have come back from my initial video on the shoe is that it looks cheap and that there's a lot of glue visible. And so, I'll be honest, that's one of the things that wasn't necessarily on my radar the first time I looked at the shoe. But, that's one of the reasons I make these videos is to find out more and kind of give the people what they want. So let's take a look. So you can see there's some areas that just look a little bit like sloppy, for lack of a better term, on this shoe. And I'll assume I'll get feedback from people if this isn't what they were talking about. But if you like it, look in this area here. It kind of looks cheap. These have some use on them now too. So like that's abrasion there. I dragged these across the pavers while I was doing a workout with them, and now that's a little bit dinged up. But from a distance, it looks all right to me. But up close, I do see. Let's look at this side. You see, like in this area, it just kind of looks not like a $130 shoe. But, generally speaking, I would say it's comfortable, and it's definitely a knit upper. Okay, so now let's take a look at the grit option. So you can see that this is a different kind of material. It is not like last year's Flexweave. I mean, it's all called Flexweave still, but this is definitely different. It feels slightly less stretchy. It feels reasonably tough though. And I think this personally, I think the grit upper looks better than the knit, but I will say it also looks kind of plain compared to last year's Flexweave. So what I mean by that is, here's last year's, right, in the Nano X, and I mean, look at that. You've got like, there's extra reinforcement here. There's kind of this neat little star pattern that just looks sophisticated and good. And I look at that and I go, yeah, that looks pretty cool. And overall you can see that theme continues here. So with this, you get much less of that effect, right? It just doesn't look quite as fancy. And people care about what their shoes look like. Now, on the upside, I do feel like the grit, at least the pair that I have, I mean, these look a lot cleaner to me, to my eye. I've got my reading glasses on right now, by the way, so I'm in that age range where, unless I have my reading glasses on, some of those finer details I don't necessarily always see. But, you know, this to me looks a lot better. It just looks less, it looks higher quality, I guess is what I'm saying. I really like the heel on this one. I rarely buy the all black colorways. It really, again, this was the X1. This was the first thing available and the only thing I could get at the time, though. So overall, I'm digging the grit upper as opposed to the knit. And, you know, I don't know if I just got lucky with this pair, but overall, they seem higher quality to me. Seem like they're made better. Should probably talk about the weight difference. There is no weight difference, both approximately 12 ounces each. So US men's size 11, this one weighed in at, it was, one of them was 11.9 ounces, the other one was 12.1, and then these were 12.1 and 12.2. So effectively no difference in the weight. You're not getting any weight savings by going with the knit upper versus the grit upper. You know, and I'll be honest, I don't detect much of a difference in the feel of the shoe either. I don't feel like there's a tangible difference in like how the shoe supports the top of your foot in the knit versus the grit. One more thing we can do here. Let's compare knit upper to knit upper. So this is over here. This is the Under Armour Project Rock 3. This has a very stretchy, very comfortable knit upper. So let's take a quick look at this. Overall, I like this shoe pretty good. It's got a sock-like upper, so you can see the tongue is integrated with the rest of the shoe, so it's like one piece. It's super stretchy, and it feels like a really, really thick sock. You can see too, you can stretch this, you've got the perforations, and then there's, you know, you can see my fingers through the perforations there, so it's a pretty breathable upper too. But this really stretchy, it's thick though, it's not thin, and seems fairly tough, although you certainly wouldn't want to subject this thing to direct abrasion on the upper. It wouldn't last long. Very comfortable, flexible knit upper. Now, how does that compare to what's on the X1? Well, this isn't really stretchy compared to that. You can't, like, I can't stretch those perforations or anything like that. It's not sock-like. It's got a separate tongue. And overall, you know, this is just a different kind of knit material. So if you were wondering if the Flexweave knit is like the knit upper on the Project Rock 3, the answer is no. This one is probably not as tough, but it is more comfortable. It is more stretchy. This one, I think, will be tougher over the long term, and it's still reasonably comfortable. All right, so that was Reebok Nano X1, grit versus knit. Which one should you get? Well, which one looks better to you? Because they're both the same price. They're both the same weight. And quite frankly, I think the grit will be tougher if you need a tougher upper on your shoe. But I think for most people, the knit upper is probably going to be fine as well, because this is not a weak upper in the knit. If you like this review, please like, please subscribe. We post new shoe reviews regularly. Thank you. Have a good day.